coming back to number 8 with the corrected version, now that we've just completely redone it. Still, same thing, leave the right side alone, split the top up. So with this, once we have this, just like we did with the messed up version, we're going to split it into 2 separate fractions. But this time the entire first fraction is going to cancel like it's supposed to. All of this cancels and I'm left with a 1. All of these are gone. I'm left with 1. Now, if you look at the other fraction,
nothing.
Do you guys see cosine A over sine A?
Yes.
Times sine B over cosine B? Would you agree that if I were to multiply these, I would end up with what I had right above it?
Yes.
So I have 1 plus, what's cosine over sine?
Cotangent A.
And what's sine over cosine?
Tangent B.
So now I have what I was looking for. It was, once we had the right problem. I'm not putting that on the internet. It's a well-kept secret. We're going to keep it a well-kept secret.
But she get famous. Wait.
I'm telling you.
Someone else will use it.
All right. So moving on to the last 2 proofs. Which one are we messing with on number 9? Left or right?
Left.
We're going to mess with the left, leave the right alone. Okay? So, what's the first thing you ought to do?
Put them in the formulas. Like,
Split the top into the
Yeah.
formulas, and yes, this is the right problem. I just double checked it. I don't want to be in it. All right, so we're going to split up the cosine. It's going to be cosine A, cosine B.
flip.
Cosine is the one that's got the weird switch sign. So it's going to be a plus instead of a minus. And then sine A, sine B. Over sine A, cosine B. So you're going to get to see this tomorrow morning when you're watching. You're going to get to see me walk back and forth in front of your class. Are there 2 desks over there? They're going to be the ones having to wait for this disruptions again tomorrow when they watch it on video. All right, so sine A, cosine B goes on the bottom. So what do you think you ought to do? Split it, separate it. So cosine A, cosine B over sine A, cosine B. What's going to cancel?
Cosine B.
Cosine B's will cancel. And I have sine A, sine B. If I could spell sine, that would be better. Over sine A, cosine A. So the sine A's cancel. I'm left with cosine A over sine A. And then sine. Sorry, that should be a B. The A's and the B's, guys, it's just one of those things. You gotta keep yourself straight, I gotta keep myself straight. We all make mistakes. So cosine over sine is
Tangent.
cotangent. And then sine over cosine is
Tangent.
tangent. Again, keep the right letter with them. Cotangent A plus tangent B is what I wanted to find. So I'm done with that thing. Now, what about number 10?
So right side
Yeah. I said keep the right side.
Honestly,
Wait.
can't I turn tangent into terms of sine and cosine? And aren't sine sum and difference formulas in terms of sine and cosine?
True.
So I'm going to leave the left side alone. And I'm going to turn all the tangents into terms of sine and cosine. So this is going to be sine A over cosine A plus sine B over cosine B all over sine A over cosine A minus sine B over cosine B. What do I do now?
You do the switching.
I could, the only problem with that is it would involve
Oh.
distribution because of this addition and subtraction.
Okay.
So how do we get rid of unwanted fractions?
You multiply it.
The denominator.
Yeah, tell me.
Multiply by the denominators. So what is the denominators that are unwanted on top?
Cosine.
Cosine A and cosine B. And that means you can't just say, oh, I'll just multiply top and bottom by cosine. It's cosine of one angle and a cosine of a different angle. So you have to have both. Are they the same unwanted as the bottom?
Yes.
That's convenient because it means everything's going to cancel out without adding more pieces. All right. So in the first term up top, cosine A cancels, right?
Mm-hmm.
And don't I have sine A cosine B? In the second term, cosine B cancels, so I have cosine A sine B. Isn't that my sine sum formula from the top? So I know right now my top is going to be exactly what I want it to be. Because this is the sum formula. On the bottom, cosine A's cancel, so I have sine A cosine B minus cosine B's cancel, so I have cosine A sine B. And isn't that the sine difference formula
Yeah.
from the top?
Oh. Okay, I get this.
Does that make sense? And then you can say, okay, well, this is the sine of A plus B, and this is the same as the sine of A minus B, which is what I was looking for. Now, other than wanting to just give up and cry, what do we do if we start doing something that doesn't work?
Try the other side.
Try the other side. So if your gut instinct had been work with the left side, work with it. You might find that it does work. Can you do proofs from both sides? Yes. Is one side going to be way uglier than the other side? Absolutely. So just be careful as to which side you're messing with. Yes. Questions? Pause it.